AEW Revolution takes place this Sunday evening. Going to give you my preview and predictions video now here on SCW. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now. Leave any comments in the comment section. Please like and share the video as well. Going to go through all the matches right now for you. We've got 8 so far at the time of recording. Should anything extra be added, I will do a separate video and I will include that link towards the end of this video so you know that you can always go back and find that as well. But going to start in straight at the deep end and the match that I'm sure we all want to talk about, the AEW World Championship, the exploding barbed wire death match. Who thought I'd be saying that in 2021? It is the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega with Don Callis going to be taking on Jon Moxley. I do wish I could do it the Justin Roberts style, but I will keep it basic for you here today. This match is going to be something very special, and I must admit, just the stipulation itself tells you this is going to be bloody, it's going to be violent, and if it's anything to go by the Japanese style death matches that we saw like this in the 90s, which was particularly popular around then, this is going to be something that's not going to be for everybody, certainly not for the faint of heart. But what I would say is that we've got two very good established hard-working superstars in this match, and of course if you look at the history of these two back at Full Gear 2019, they went in an unsanctioned match which was a very hardcore, brutal environment. And I feel that this match has been made because they wanted to go one level up from what they did at that night, and to be fair, there was only one place you could go, and this was the match that they were going to do it with. So it's very interesting. I'm enjoying the way it's been put together. Kenny Omega, the cleaner, since his heel turn coming back, aligning himself with Don Callis has been absolute magic. I've loved seeing it. I hope you guys have as well. Jon Moxley, he had been a long worthy champion, and it felt like the right time for him to drop the belt. The fact now he's getting the opportunity now at this pay-per-view feels like the right place to do it. Of course, the original title change was on a Dynamite special on TNT, so the fact we've got this on pay-per-view seems like the right move. The question is, where is it going to lead to and where is it going to go? For me, personally, looking at it, I can't see any other way. Kenny Omega will retain the championship here. Jon Moxley, he's going to be a father soon. Renee, obviously, at home, is pregnant and probably not best pleased if we're being quite brutally honest here. But Jon Moxley did say something that he said if he was going to go out, this would be a heck of a way to go. This feels to me that he's going to be taking some time off TV from here, and this is going to be a way to write him off. Perhaps this will, it's the only way to destroy Jon Moxley because he keeps getting up, he keeps coming back for more. So I believe personally, like I say, this is the way to write him off TV. Kenny Omega does retain here, and I think this is going to be an epic encounter. I do think this will be one of the best matches of its kind that we'll ever see because they're two really, really good workers. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to play out. Next match on the card is the Face of the Revolution, a ladder match. Remember, the winner earns a TNT Championship match. We've got, at the time of recording, 4 people announced for this match. We know that Pentagon, or Penta, El Cero Miro is going to be in this match. Lance Archer, Cody Rhodes, and Scorpio Sky. We do know as well that there will be another qualifying match on Dynamite this week. Dark Order's number 10 will be taking on Max Caster. I do believe that Dark Order's number 10 will be prevailing in that. That's my early prediction for you there. I think Max Caster should be actually involved in the Casino Tag Team Battle Royale, which I'll be coming to talk about as the next match. So, and also, Negative One's one of his favourite wrestlers, Dark Order's number 10. It'd be great to see him get a pay-per-view moment. He was in the Dynamite main event not so long ago, so I think he's going to get a chance to get a breakout moment here on pay-per-view. So my prediction is that Dark Order number 10 will be in this match, but who will be the mystery person that's going to come in? Because that's probably one of the big talking points here, and I've got a few people it could come down to. My first thought, and what will be my actual prediction, is none other than Ethan Page. Of course, was a part of the Tag Team The North and Impact Wrestling. He's a great standout performer. He's out of contract. Of course, he's not been with any company now for a good couple of months. This would be a great way for him to debut in. Of course, he can't be a part of the Tag Team The North at this particular time. And looking at Ethan Page, I think he'd be a great breakout single star. He's good on the mic. He's good in ring as well. And I think he would suit the TNT division. So I do think that sort of championship level would be right for him at this particular point. So he is my actual prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised to see someone like Dalton Castle as well. I know at one point he was flirting with the idea of looking at, perhaps not, working a different promotion. He wasn't going to sign with Ring of Honor. I'm not quite sure what the situation is with that since. But also, let's not forget, the forbidden door is open. That's always what makes things quite interesting and entertaining in AEW, because who's to say that someone from New Japan or Impact Wrestling doesn't take their spot in this match, and of course then perhaps goes on to win it as well. You could have that sort of awkward moment of, would someone from another company be the face of your television show on TNT? That would be quite interesting as a dynamic storyline if they were to play that out. But I think Ethan Page will be the person. As I say, I'm going to make that prediction now because new faces have been promised for this show, and I think that would be the right way to go. But to give a prediction then of who I think is going to win this match, it's hard really to say. For me, I'd love to see Penta have an opportunity at a championship. I think for him it's long overdue, but I just see the Lucha Bros being together at some point at this moment. I don't see them breaking off doing singles work. Lance Archer feels long overdue, and for me really should be going for the World Championship really, rather than being in this position. Cody, we've seen it with him and Darby Allin. We've seen it up, and same with Scorpio Sky as well. So I actually think it's going to be one of the two people that we don't know in this match, and I'm really going to go out on a limb and say Ethan Page will be my prediction to win. I think the mystery entrant, whoever it is, wins the TNT Championship. Let's look at the Casino Tag Team Royale, which I'm really looking forward to. We've got the rules coming up now for you on the screen. The order of entry is selected by lottery. 2 teams will start the match, and every 90 seconds, a new team will enter the match. Individual eliminations occur when a competitor is thrown over the top rope and both feet touch the floor. Tag teams are eliminated when both competitors have been ruled out of the match, so it's not just one, it's both. And the winning team will earn a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championships. So it's very interesting to see how that's going to play. It's basically a Tag Team Royal Rumble, but I think this is much better than what they've done previously, where they've thrown like 5 people at once. It's been quite a cluster and a bit messy. Just go down the Royal Rumble route. It works much better. I think this has got potential to be a great match, and some of the teams that we know involved in this are Private Party, Top Flight, Butcher and the Blade. We've got John Silver, Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. We've also got Evil Uno and Stuart Grayson from the Dark Order. And also we know we've got Santana Ortiz from the Inner Circle be involved in this. I think more teams will be announced as we go along, as we get closer. Like I said, the Acclaimed. But I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make 2 predictions for you, because my actual prediction to win, I said about this revolving door already. I'm predicting the Good Brothers are going to come in and win this match to get themselves a Tag Team Championship shot. And what's even more interesting about it is I'm not sure if that Tag Team Championship shot will be on Dynamite, or we've got Revolution here. We've also got Rebellion and Impact pay-per-view coming up in April. I wouldn't be surprised if the match took place there as something a little bit different. But anyway, that's for another day. Good Brothers are my prediction. But as a backup prediction, because we should have a backup prediction, because they're not announced in the match right now. And to be fair, it would be silly just to say anyone can win this match when they may not be in it. Let's go for people that actually are in this match. And to look at it, if I had to pick a team that I said right now that I think deserves a tag team opportunity that's certainly not had one, I'm going to go for John Silver and Alex Reynolds, because I think it's the people's choice. Everyone loves John Silver and everyone loves Alex Reynolds as well. The Dark Order are getting over in a big way, so they're going to be my backup prediction. It's an outside bet. It's probably something that's never going to happen, but hey, I think they deserve their moment, so I'm going to go for it and say that they'll be my backup prediction. But I do think the Good Brothers will be in it, and I do think that they will pick up the W. Well, we've mentioned who will be in the #1 contendership spot then. Let's actually talk about the AEW World Tag Team Championship match, shall we? We've got the Young Bucks against Chris Jericho and MJF of the Inner Circle. This is interesting. There's so many different layers of the way this could particularly go, and I see one of 3 ways going down for this one. I see the Good Brothers costing the Young Bucks potentially the match, and that would obviously build up a match between those 2 teams. And like I say, if the Good Brothers didn't win it, maybe the Bucks go for the Impact Tag Team Championships. That would make sense for Rebellion as well. What about Sammy Guevara, who's been, he's quit the Inner Circle? He could come back and maybe cost Jericho and MJF this Tag Team Championship match. I wouldn't be surprised if that went down. But here's the third potential, and this is the one I'm going to predict. All the eyes are on the Inner Circle right now, because they are slowly breaking up. There's a bit of disarray between this team, and I think there could be some miscommunication in this match. I think it makes the most sense for Jericho perhaps to be the one to potentially screw up in this environment and perhaps lose the match, perhaps to the point where Jericho is almost apologetic to MJF after the match. You could really build a layer of good storytelling what could go on after this, to the point that MJF maybe says, Jericho's past it. He's not good enough to do this anymore. Look, I was the protege, but maybe I could lead this group to being something better and more going forward. And maybe Chris Jericho over the next coming weeks and months is kicked out of the Inner Circle. Rather than the whole group disbanding, MJF takes over the Inner Circle. So that's the direction I'm going to predict it goes down, because that's when I think we could get perhaps a reunion of the Sex Gods with Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho, maybe then going against the Inner Circle, which I think would be quite an interesting program if that went down. So to give a prediction, the Young Bucks for me retain the Tag Team Championships. So let's look at a street fight for us next now. Tag team street fight. We've got Brian Cage and Ricky Starks from Team Taz taking on a returning to the ring Sting and the TNT champion Darby Allin. You could argue that this feud is it's probably gone on a bit too long, hasn't it? Let's be honest here. But kind of be interesting. But one thing we have noticed in the last couple of weeks, Sting has been getting physical in the ring. And for a long time, I thought this match would probably be cinematic. I don't think so anymore. I think we're going straight all in for this match. And it's been interesting to see Sting take proper bumps, including that power slam from Brian Cage. Looked pretty brutal. And to be fair, I did wince on the sofa because I just thought to myself, should Sting be taking those sort of bumps? He's retired, wasn't he? He's now come back. It's his first proper match back. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be pretty interesting. I'm going to say that I think the babyfaces are going to win here because I can't see Sting coming into the ring and losing here. Darby Allin as well, TNT champion on a roll. It just feels like that this is a match that's meant for the babyfaces to go over. As much as I'm a big fan of Team Taz, feel they could do with the momentum and feel they could do with the victory, I'm still going with the babyfaces here. I think they want to portray Darby Allin as the next Sting, and to do that is to have them to win a big match on pay-per-view together. So that's exactly what I'm predicting here. Next, let's look at the big money match, and a match I probably shouldn't be invested in, but I quite am. Matt Hardy going to be taking on, or should I say big money Matt's going to be taking on Hangman Adam Page. And of course, the winner of this wins the other person's earnings for the first quarter of the year. Quite interesting. I do like the way that the whole build-up's been done with the signing of the contracts, the idea that Matt kind of wanted to take advantage of a vulnerable Hangman Page, and perhaps he will still do so. I mean, Private Party might help him in this environment, and we have seen as well the team of Angelico and Jack Evans also coming to Big Money Matt's aid as well on recent weeks of Dynamite. But looking at the pay-per-view match here, let's be honest, let's be fair to ourselves, Matt Hardy doesn't need the win, does he? And also, to see Big Money Matt lose the money, get a bit mad, and how to see how that would play out on Dynamite is a lot more fun than just seeing a continual vulnerable story with Hangman Page. If anything, I think the Dark Order might come to his aid here. But either way, I see Hangman Page winning here because, let's face it, Page, he needs to be getting towards the main event. He needs to now start building that momentum because I want to see him as world champion before the end of 2020. So for me, I'm going for Page to pick up the victory. Will he join the Dark Order though if they do go and actually help him? Certainly a possibility, but I'm not going to say for one way or another. Next, let's look at the tag team match of Miro and Kip Sabian against Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. This is another feud that's probably gone a bit too long for me, but hey, this is a place to kind of finish it, isn't it, on pay-per-view? I do wonder if this might be moved to the buy-in, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if that was to go down that way. But to pick a victor of how this is going to go, I mean, Kip Sabian and Miro probably want some revenge, really, for what happened at the wedding. But at the same time, they did take out Trent Beretta as well. So this one, for me, this is a flip of a coin. It could go either way. But I'm going to go with the side of Miro and Kip Sabian here because maybe we could just move on from this because this did start originally with best friends actually destroying their gaming time. So, I mean, if the babyfaces go over here, then maybe there's a slight possibility that this feud could continue. And I'm not sure I want that. And I don't even know if you want that. You'd have to let me know that in the comments. So, I'm going to go for Miro and Kip Sabian to pick up the victory here. And hopefully then we can just all move on to something different. Last but not least, and I've purposely left this match last because we don't, at the time of recording, officially know who Hikaru Shida's opponent is going to be here at Revolution. Of course, we've had the Women's Eliminator Tournament, and it's come down to the final. Of course, we had the American side and the Japanese side. The final does take place on Dynamite. We've got Nyla Rose, and I could butcher this, taking on Ryo Mizunami in the finals here of this tournament. For me, what I'm going to say is a couple of things. First off, I really thought that this was going to be Britt Baker's time. I was shocked when she lost in the semi-finals to Nyla Rose. Not that I have anything against Nyla, but I just feel that we've seen Shida and Nyla on so many pay-per-views. Can we not change the record? It's time to get someone different in the mix. And I thought Thunder Rosa, I would have been happy to have sort of seen that match as well. Even Riho would have been quite interested from the American side. But as it's Nyla, like I said, I've got no interest in seeing it. And to be honest, looking on the other side of the bracket, I'm quite intrigued to see. I mean, the women have been quite impressive over that side. And I really think it'd be nice to see a different match. So I'm going to go for Ryo Mizunami to actually win this tournament and to actually go against Hikaru Shida at the pay-per-view. And I think it's a fresh matchup. It should be exciting. But my only gripe here is that I think the winner of this tournament's gone through so many matches. You would argue that they should win the tournament, shouldn't they? It's a 16-women tournament, and the winner of it, you'd say, well, surely they'll go and win the championship. But I have a slight issue with that on this particular occasion because Shida has been champion now for, what is it, 8-9 months or so? She won it at Double or Nothing last year. And there's no real build to actually a program here with Shida losing the championship. So for me, I'm not a fan of the idea of losing a belt this sort of way. So I'm going to stick my neck out and say that I think Shida retains. Now, it seems a bit crazy here because, I mean, surely one belt is going to change here at Revolution. I mean, AEW does like to mix the championships up here and there. And, of course, we've got 3 big championship matches. I'd say if one belt is going to change, this is the most likely one to change hands. But I'm going to stay with Shida to retain the championship because I want to see her lose the belt in a meaningful program. And I do hope that come Double or Nothing, I think Britt Baker is the right person to actually win the belt. So I'm hoping Shida retains. I hope further down the line it is Shida versus Baker. But that's my predictions there, and also my thoughts really on AEW overall. Really kind of got my visions of fantasy booking, everything there. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your predictions for AEW Revolution? I do think I would say as an overall summarise as well, there's quite a few tag matches in this show. Perhaps not enough single matches for my liking. And also I would say that there's a lot of actually gimmick stipulation matches as well. So is it overload? I don't know. Either way, I feel it's going to be quite a hardcore show. And obviously with the main event, definitely going to be hardcore. I almost feel like it should go down the old ECW pay-per-view, shouldn't it? Like the Hardcore Heaven, maybe Guilty as Charged, December to Dismember. Actually, not that last one. Maybe scrap that. But certainly, I mean, this is going to be a graphic event. It's going to be a violent event. But one thing's for sure, too many tag team matches or not, I think this has the potential to be the greatest AEW pay-per-view of all time. I really think they've got a great talent pool. They've got great matches lined up here. This definitely is going to be a spectacle. It's a must-see pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to watching it, and I'd like to know, as I say, your thoughts in the comments below. I cannot wait to interact with you. But that's all from me anyway. Thank you for watching. If there are additional matches added to the card, like I said, I will do a separate video and add it as well to the channel. So good idea to subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications as well, you know, when each and every video is released. And make sure to check out my other videos on the channel as well. There's all sorts, AEW, WWE, Impact Wrestling. I like to, you know, it's a real forbidden door is open on this channel. Honestly, I like to talk about all companies. So make sure to go and check out plenty of content on there for you, and more will be coming out throughout the week as well. But that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have yourselves a great day. You've been watching SCW here on YouTube.